In the world of accounting, there's a fundamental language that keeps the entire global economy in balance. It isn't based on complex words, but on two simple directions, left and right, or as accountants call them, debits and credits. If you've ever felt intimidated by these terms, you aren't alone. But here's the secret. Debit simply means left side, and credit simply means right side. That's it. The magic happens in how we use these two sides to tell the story of a business transaction. Today, we're going to demystify the left and right of every dollar spent and earned. At the heart of this system is double-entry bookkeeping. This 500-year-old method dictates that every single transaction must affect at least two accounts. If you take money from one place, it has to go somewhere else. To visualize this, we use the T account. It's a literal T shape. The left side is always the debit side, abbreviated as DR, and the right side is always the credit side, abbreviated as CR. The golden rule? For every transaction, the total amount debited must equal the total amount credited. This ensures the accounting equation, assets equals liabilities plus equity, remains perfectly balanced, like a physical scale. This is where most people get tripped up. Does a debit increase or decrease an account? The answer is it depends on the type of account. Think of the accounting world as divided into two teams. Team 1, the natural lefts, assets and expenses. For assets, what you own, like cash or inventory, and expenses, the costs of doing business, the normal balance is a debit. This means to increase an asset or expense, you debit it, put it on the left. To decrease it, you credit it, put it on the right. When you get cash, your cash asset goes up, so you debit cash. When you pay for advertising, your expenses go up, so you debit advertising expense. Team 2, the natural rights, liabilities, equity, and revenue. For liabilities, what you owe, equity, the owner's claim, and revenue, what you earn, the normal balance is a credit. To increase these, you credit them, put it on the right. To decrease them, you debit them, put it on the left. Let's put this into practice. Imagine your business buys a new laptop for $1,200 in cash. Two things are happening here. You gained an asset, equipment. You lost an asset, cash. Since equipment is an asset and it's increasing, we debit equipment for $1,200. Since cash is an asset and it's decreasing, we credit cash for $1,200. The left equals the right. The universe is in balance. What if you don't use cash? What if you take out a $10,000 loan to fund your business? Your cash, an asset, increases. Your notes payable, a liability, increases. To increase an asset, cash, we debit it. To increase a liability, the loan, we credit it. Again, we have a debit of $10,000 and a credit of $10,000. Even though both accounts are growing, one is a debit and one is a credit because they belong to different teams. Here is the number one source of confusion. When you look at your bank statement and see a credit, it means your balance went up. But we just said that for an asset like cash, an increase is a debit. Why the contradiction? It's all about perspective. To you, your bank account is an asset. To the bank, your money is a liability. It's money they owe back to you. When your balance goes up, the bank's liability increases. And how do we increase a liability? We credit it. So, when the bank credits your account, they are speaking from their accounting perspective, not yours. Why does this system exist? You might ask, why not just use plus and minus signs? The debit-credit system was popularized by Luca Pacioli, the father of accounting in the 1400s. It provides a built-in error-checking mechanism. If your total debits don't equal your total credits at the end of the day, you know immediately that a mistake was made. It forces a 360-degree view of every financial event. Understanding debits and credits is like learning the coordinates on a map. Once you know that assets and expenses live on the left and liabilities, equity, and revenue live on the right, the entire financial story of any company, from a lemonade stand to Apple Inc., becomes clear. It's not about good or bad numbers, it's simply about movement. Money coming in, money going out, and the beautiful mathematical symmetry that keeps it all together.